Hey everyone, Greg here, and today this is a follow-up video to my previous video around optimizing for Angel Stadium parking. So 1 month ago, I was position 23, which is page 3, position 3 within Google. Now on July 4th, it's position 8, so that's page 1 of Google, but on the very bottom. So just in recap, I have an API that's built from Google Search Console that goes into Excel, so I can see all the queries and the impressions and the clicks for every page of my website. Now I focus on impressions because Search Console is sampled data. I'll get into that a little bit later on. But in May, I had 555 impressions for this one term alone. It basically doubled in June. So when I use the content template to come up with more semantic ideas, I was able to basically double the impressions, which means I either moved this keyword to page 1, which is actually what happened, or as a whole, if I minimize this right here, I probably moved a collection of more terms onto page 1, or even closer to higher up to position 1 within Google. So when you go into Google Search Console, this is kind of what I mentioned before. It's sampled data. It says in the last 3 months I've driven 50 clicks, 9,000 impressions. Again, Search Console is going to be sampled, so I don't really focus too much on those clicks. I focus more on impressions because, again, Google's not going to give you all that data. But when you go into Google Analytics, I can see from a month summary for this landing page itself, I went from 3 visits to 16 to 45. Now, the reason why I share that is because this is just a one landing page optimization, but it really has a whole strategy of what I'm doing. If you ever heard the expression of like the rising tides lift all boats, that's essentially what's happening right here. So when I go back into my API built Excel spreadsheet, you can see that Minute Maid Park for impressions grew from 350 to 873, Miller Park 112 to 563, Yankee Stadium 96 to 537, etc., etc. You can go down the list and you can see growth. And having that type of growth for your website via impressions is just telling you again that more and more terms are trying to get onto page 1 of Google, and if they're already on page 1, maybe moving up even higher within Google to potentially get a higher click-through rate. So again, watch the previous video, see kind of the strategy that I use, but I wanted to share just the summary of really what's happening and the growth that I'm experiencing for this page. I think you guys can do the same thing. So thanks a lot for watching this video, and as always, have a good rest of your day.